Well, come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
You already know what time it is, man. It feels like we ain't been about in a minute, man. International break and all that. Time to take a break, recharge, go again. It's been a minute though, man, since I chopped it up with the man. I know G, was it Quasi Savage was doing a stream the other night. Didn't get to even catch any of it, to be fair as well. So I might have to go and check that back out. Big up to G Zubiri for taking the time out as always, man. Big up to the chat as well, man. Guys, on the way in, like the video, share it, subscribe if you're new, and big up to all the new subscribers as well, man. Feels like there's been what? About 10 to 20, 30 maybe new subscribers as well. Them shorts are doing their jobs, I guess, man. So listen, we're here to talk Liverpool. We're here to chill out, relax, keep the blood pressure low, keep the heart rate low, relax, man, and have a good conversation about our current club and situation. We're back again on Saturday. So there should be a lot of interesting things to kind of chop up and speak about then. But G, man, how are you today, my bro?
Nah, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. Just yeah, usuals, man. Just vibes in. Like I said, I said to you earlier on, I'm watching Prison Break at the moment. So yeah, Prison Break is pretty decent, man. So word to Savage, yeah, it's good still. We say, man.
Nah, all good, bro. Went to the gym today, school run, come back, scheduled some shows to make sure the people know what's going on. I need to use the Discord a bit more as well, man, because I kind of went away from using it, and that's kind of my fault as well, because I have to be engaging in there for the people to want to be engaging as well. But you know, when you're offline and people want to chop it up about football, that's the best place. I've thrown the link in there. I'll do it throughout the stream as well. We're not going to be here for too long, maybe an hour, maybe underneath an hour, nothing longer than that. But yeah, man, I realized I stopped using it, neglected it a bit, so I need to start using the Discord again, because there's quite a few people in there, and we can chop it up. So I've posted a link in the chat. And also, guys, man, if you love this channel, you're definitely going to love the other channels as well. So make sure you go and show some love, obviously, on G's 2 channels, and obviously my other channels as well, man. All of them are down. I don't know what you call it, man, but you know, your recommended channels, they're all there. Not long. It's straightforward. You could click it, subscribe to the channels, and then jump back over, man. But Liverpool, bro. Liverpool. I did see the Kelleher stuff. I was going to speak about it as well, but I'm just like, I can't be bothered. At this moment in time, I don't want no negativity around the football club. I feel like we've been in such a positive mood, positive vibe, the way we're moving, and obviously the interview that Kelleher did. Do you know what? I want to hear your take on it, what you thought on it. I don't really have a take on it, if I'm going to be honest, bro. I just felt like it was just an interview, got asked a question, he answered it. And then I've seen, obviously, we're in the social space, so I've seen people blow it out of proportion. He's dissed the club, he doesn't want to be here. I already thought he didn't want to be here from last season. I already thought this season we would have sold him, but at the same time, because we only had one, Adrian didn't stay. I think if Adrian stayed, I reckon we would have sold him, you know, and then still buy Dashvili, and then probably in later. But what's your take on it, bro? Big up to the chat as well, Honesty and Sideline. I see you guys in there already.
No, literally the same as you, man. I don't know what people wanted him to say. Like, oh, I love being here. I love being second choice. You know, I don't want to play any games. I just want to sit on the bench. I don't mind being understudy. Every football player wants to play. There's no football player that's going to turn around and say, yeah, I don't mind just being a part of the team. You don't grow up wanting to be a footballer saying, I just want to be a part of a team. You want to be one of the main players in the team. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm with you. Like, they asked him questions, he answered it. And as fans, we're always saying, but like players don't ever come out and say certain things, or they don't talk to us. Bro, he's talking to us. He's just letting us know that he wants to, he wants to keep it moving. Well, not even keep it moving. He just wants to play. Not even if that means here, great. If that doesn't mean here, he just wants to play. That's it. Like, we don't need to blur our proportion. We don't need to, like, you're right. We don't even need to, dive into it, guys. He just wants to play football. If he feels he deserves to play football, let him go and do that. I do think that we would have, if we had let him go, I think Yaros just would have been number 2. I think we just would have put him as number 2. And then, as you said, Adrian, if he had stayed, he'd just be number 3. Mamardashvili comes in next season, put him as number 2, or whatever they're going to do with him next season. That's it. Simple. Like, you know what I mean? And remember, Kelleher is like Conor Bradley. Them guys there, they're playing already for their national team. So they're not trying to jeopardize that. And they know there's going to come a point where it's going to be like, bro, you're not playing at all. So obviously Conor Bradley will play more, but there will come a point where you're saying, yo, we can't keep just putting you in the team just because of who you are. You do need to play some football. And he is a goalkeeper. Is difficult, man. It's only one position. So if you drop out, it's difficult to get back into that one position kind of thing. So yeah, man, he just wants to play, man. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Do you think we can do, before I make this comment as well, big up Honesty as always, my bro, love for the love, a member of the channel, obviously my main mod, him and Kels anyway, these guys always putting in the work. So big up, man. Hope you're well, my bro. Sideline as well. That was 6 months ago. Yeah, no, bro. That's when he said he wanted to leave as well. King Adrian 2022, big up, man. First time around here. You might have been one of the new subscribers I've seen over the last few days, but big up. Appreciate you locking in as well, man. Gary in the building as well. Big up to you as well. And keep it real. 7 in the building as well. I don't have spiders in my house, bro. They probably do exist somewhere, but I don't. Man tried to freak me out. And plus, I don't mind spiders. So if you said a snake, do you know what? That's one thing I was really scared of. And then being able to hold a snake, got over that fear factor, bro. That was one thing I was scared of. Shit.
Yeah, good. You listen, holding snakes, bro.
Bro, we don't live in a country that has them like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why, bro, where that phobia came from, but yeah.
Bro, you've seen enough snakes on TV, in videos, in movies, in cartoons to know that, well, to think anyway that, yo, snakes are not really something that I kind of want to be around. Let's put you that way. You get what I'm saying? So it's understandable, bro. I don't like snakes.
At least I'm not the only one as well.
Nah, of course.
At least big up my bro, says big up G-Force in the building, big up to Endz, big up to Bob as well. Endz, can you play rush goalie? Nah, do you know, I'd never want to go back in goal, bro.
Rush goalie? I never go back in goal. I just usually just stay out. I've
played in goal before, but I don't want to play back in goal. I like being on field. I like being in the headlines, bro. You know what I mean? Goalkeeper.
We said what you can't. We said what Alisson don't get no headlines.
When, bro? When?
True.
Tell me when, true. Bro. He could have an amazing game. Oh my God! That's just
you know when he gets in headlines, when he's out here scoring headers and that. That's when you will start seeing. You know what I'm saying?
How many times a season am I gonna goal run up to go and get a header? But yeah, bro. Honestly, I thought he wanted to leave in the first place anyway, and I just thought we're buying a new goalkeeper, meaning next season he'll be sold. You know what I mean? I think if Adrian would have signed that extension, maybe would have just sold him. I think Liverpool didn't want to just leave themselves in a position where we only had one first-team goalkeeper and then maybe have to rely on Yarosh. And I don't think he would have been ready yet because he hasn't really played any senior games like that to say that he's ready to take up the mantelpiece just in case Alisson gets injured. So I think, yeah, man, I just think it was just that, man. You get asked a question about wanting to play first-team football. Of course, he said before he wanted to. So I'm cool with it, man. I'm not fussed about it. I don't want no negativity, no dark clouds over the club right now just because he said that. Do you know what I mean? He wants to go and play, let him go and play, man.
Literally. That's why I don't get why everyone's, I don't know, man. I just feel like some people you just get bored, bro. You must just be bored of just, like, you need to have something to complain about. I would understand if we were coming off the back of like 3 defeats, had conceded 15 goals, and yeah, fair enough. Then there's bare to complain about. That might not even be the top of your list, but yeah, man, like there's not really much to complain about. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man, it's just simple. He just wants to play football. He plays internationally. Let him go. Next season, I think we'll do that anyway. I think next summer he's gone.
I thought that was the case.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
The whole world I live in right now, well, I think we would not have sold him next season. Well, if Alisson's still here and then Dashvili coming in, of course he has to go, bro. He ain't gonna play.
You got to remember, even Mohamed Dashvili, he ain't trying to be no second goalkeeper anyway. So there's gonna be like the next season is gonna be like wildly interesting. Obviously, let's just get through this year anyway. But next season, there's gonna be a very big conversation to be had between if Alisson stays and Mamardashvili, because it's difficult for, I think, for a goalkeeper to say, yeah, now wait your turn and perform well, because the reality is that's probably not going to mean anything. He could have a blinder of a game. I doubt they're going to just switch him and be like, yeah, all right, you're in goal now. Alisson comes out. It's going to be more down to injury than anything. So I do see a world where Mamardashvili won't even be at Liverpool next season anyway. I think he'll go out on loan again to another football club. We'll put Yaros as number 2 and just leave it at that. Alisson, you stay as number 1. And I think, to be honest, that helps squad harmony as well. You don't really want, like, I do hear having 2 goalkeepers, but when one of the goalkeepers you've got is already world class, it's going to be difficult for the second guy to be like, yeah, let me just, yo, Gaffer, like, why am I not playing it, bro? This ain't Raya and Ramsdale, like, where the levels are kind of close, like, where you can be like, oh, just pick whichever one you want. There's going to be competition, man. So
there's levels to this, bro. We don't have basic goalkeepers, man. Alisson's cold, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve LSC, big up, man. First time I'll see you around here. You're probably one of the new subscribers as well. Big up to you nonetheless, man. To one of the questions, obviously, I put in the title about our Liverpool dark horses this season. I think we still not ready with the 60 and centre back coverage at the back and a person who scores 30 goals. I have a person I'm going to ask the question about that as well. Up top, like Haaland doing. We don't have another Rush, Mane, Torres, Suarez, even Firmino replacement. So one of the other ones, I'll come back to this point as well about the away games. Obviously, we've got coming up. Could this be the man that could do that? Because I was looking at his international and his club scoring, and I'm like, yo, okay, this man is bro. He's definitely up there right now as one of the lethal forwards in the world. And obviously, you know, I support Núñez as well, but I know he's the first man people are ready to get rid of, isn't it? So
yeah, of course.
This was one of my questions, and obviously Steve is jumped ahead of the show asking that question. But this was one of my questions I wanted to ask G, and everyone in the chat as well, man. Would you replace Victor Gyökeres for Núñez? Could he be the guy that gets the 30 goals that Steve is speaking about? Just before you answer, big up to Tom Izzy as well in the building, and Angel as well. Big up, man. Big up to the guys. But yeah, what are you thinking, bro?
I think, would I swap him? Yes, but at the same time, I do think that Liverpool don't use a striker the same way as like others do, if that kind of makes sense. Like, we require the striker to do a bit more up front, which is a bit different than, a bit like how Arsenal require Jesus to get kind of involved in certain things. Yeah. We need you to drop deep. We need you to pull out wide sometimes, so that creates space for Diaz or Salah to kind of, you know, run in field. I'm not saying that Gyökeres himself is a very good forward, clearly. I mean, we're seeing evidence. This is now coming on to the second season. The guy's scoring too many goals to ignore, right? But I just think that, I was thinking about strikers the other day, and I was like, we don't use striker like the way City use a striker, where he is the finisher to all moves. We don't have that. He's our striker. It doesn't do that. You know, we seem to spread it across where everybody can finish in the forward areas. Newcastle, another striker with Isak, of course, everyone looks at him. But the reality is, when you look at, you know, someone like the way Newcastle plays, should I say, sorry, they use Isak as more, again, kind of the finisher. Like, he is the guy, the focal point in the attack. When we need someone to score the goals, he's the one that we're looking at. Liverpool, we've got 6 forwards. So from when you got 6 forwards, I promise you don't have one focal point. There's just, there's Salah, but then there's everybody else can do their thing as well. Diaz, Diogo Jota, Núñez, Gakpo, 𝑾𝑰𝑳𝑳 now coming in. There's too many players for there to just be, you know, just one kind of thing. So yeah, for me, I think, listen, good player, but Liverpool would have to change the way that we play to suit him, and I don't know what that looks like for everybody else. That'll be my only thing.
No, because I was looking at his goal scoring, right? I was looking, he can score both feet, strong in the air, decent speed on him. Looks like he can link play, but he is a finishing type. And I'm just looking at, I know Núñez is always the guy that gets cooked by the family. Yeah, get rid of him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, could he be the guy like to help finish off most of these moves? But the problem is, G, and the reason why I wanted to ask it is because we haven't really, I know we've seen Núñez for 2 years, And I know we've already made our judgment based on those 2 years. And I'm in the reality of giving him the 1 more year under the new manager to see if something can be different. I'm not saying there will be. I'm not saying you guys are crazy not to give him an opportunity if you don't want to. But I'm just thinking, give him 1 more year and see what he does under the new manager. Because we haven't seen him play yet. I think we've only seen what, a couple of minutes, bro. If you put it together, maybe half an hour he's had, maybe.
Yeah, literally.
In terms of Premier League football. So I want to see if he could do these things, bro. But I don't know, man. But I was just thinking, bro, what striker is out there that we can get realistically that come in and help the team? And he was the one I saw, and I was like, yo, could come in and do bitches.
Listen, I've spoken about this striker thing for time, like in terms of course, we'll like, listen, if you can go out there, obviously take away Haaland and Kane, right? Because those two are on the league of their own at the moment. But if you're then looking at the ģēkareses, the Osimhens, the Isaks, and people of that kind of ilk, they're like the next ones up. Like I said, I feel like Liverpool will just have to, like, even when we had, I think Steve, you mentioned about the Torres, the Suarez, that was a focal point of the attack, though. Everyone else, yeah, obviously that one season where Sturridge and Sterling obviously, you know, did their thing, but Suarez was the focal point of that attack. They were more just, if Suarez don't score, then we can help kind of thing, as opposed to we were doing this as a collective. That's why I think that Liverpool would just have to change the. Listen, I'm not saying it can't, by the way. Maybe Slot can work with having. He's done it at Feyenoord when he had Santiago Jimenez. Fair enough. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just thinking the way that Liverpool play, where you've got these other guys who can all score. Yes, it might not be as much as we want, but they can all score. They can all assist. You don't really have that focal point. And I just don't know how that's going to work with ģēkares, for example, because I just think the type of striker that he is, you almost always need to feed him, if that kind of makes sense. And I don't know if we are geared up for that. I think we're more geared up for, we create chances for everybody. So then you'll start seeing, I think that ģēkares maybe just won't get as many goals as he's obviously been getting, you know, in Portugal, for example. But again, we could change the way that we play. That's not impossible. Like we've seen Man City, Pep obviously do it enough times every season. He changes the way he plays according to the players that he's got. So yeah, man, let's kind of wait and see on that. But in regards to like Nunes, listen, man, he's hearing it. So we'll see what happens at the end of this season, and then we just take it from there. You know what I mean? Moving on forward for next season. But I do think that he is at a point now where it's, I can't remember when his contract ends, but he's definitely at that point where, bro, he's halfway through. Okay, cool. So if you're halfway through, then bro, at the end of this year, if you're not doing a good enough job, I feel like Liverpool have to just look at selling, just because for their business mind. We know how FSG and these men are. Like they're thinking about the money. If we're gonna need to get something for this guy now, and then maybe reinvest it in another striker, who knows who's going to be available? Heck, for all I know, Harry Kane, it might become available. I don't know. Anything can happen next season. So I think we just wait, see what happens at the end of this season, and then of course, come summertime, we can really start to assess and see what's popping. But ģēkares is doing everything he can to get that big move, wherever that is. That's all I know.
Do you know what? Big up to everyone inside, man, across the two. So on X and YouTube. And there's what, 60 plus of you guys in there strong. If you guys haven't already, please like the video, man. Guys, if you're watching on X, just jump across quickly onto YouTube, man, and like the video, and then you can jump back onto your preferable watching service, if it's X or YouTube. Who else I see jump in the building as well? Big up to Hash, I see you in the building. Says big up Coach Endz and G. Hey, start of the season, man. My team's doing bits still. No goals conceded yet, but we're playing good football, man. So it's an interesting time, bro. You know what I mean? And the team that we played in pre-season, we got in the league. That's our next game. We beat them 3-0. I know 2 games ain't the same. And I know you man like to say, "Oh man, you know what I mean? Pre-season ain't the league." I know that's what man never gonna say. I'm hoping it is, bro, because you know what I mean. We beat them.
Yeah, no, but I think down at that level though, I feel like they are kind of. Unless unless the other team starts like bringing out,
unless they realize the danger in them and say, "Look, listen, let's game plan." And now I've got to figure out, because winning the game in preseason it helps confidence wise, it helps all the other little bits, but tactically it doesn't help, bro, because then the team has a better advantage, because they'd be like, "Bro, this is what they did last time. If we shut this down, then
Yeah.
what? Do you know what I mean? Where I'm gonna be like, right, we gotta think of different ways to try and beat this team now. But nah, man, it's all good. It's all good. Who else? Pops in the building as well. Big up Pops, man. I see Popsy's quote as well. I had to, you know what I mean, answer back. I didn't even see the comment because it didn't pop up. It was a stream he did about a week ago, G.
Okay.
The man was like, oh yeah, thanks G for holding Endz accountable. Something along those lines, bro. I said, hold. I'm like, bro, so anything I said about Mo, and man, them didn't want to listen to me then, bro. It's not like I said, throw the man out.
Nah, but you said, I can't remember what you said, but you said something.
Yeah.
I remember.
Was it something triggering the Mo section?
Yeah, but it was whoa. It was definitely something that you said. I remember the stream. Don't worry, I remember the stream, and I remember sitting there smiling, thinking, yeah, don't worry, like we'll get Endz at some point in time. He will trip up anyway. Everyone does. I mean, it happens. It happens, bro. Can't help it. Can't help it.
No, but I'm just saying my reasons were justified in terms of what I was asking for. I wasn't asking for anything like mad. I'm just saying, bro, I just need you to do certain bits more to help the team.
But you remember, I think this is where I don't think at the time you was being fair in regards to the style of play that we were playing, the things that you were asking for. He wasn't being asked to do it. So certain things, I'm like, well, if he ain't been asked to do it, then it's like I can't. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now he's being asked. Well, from what we've heard.
I will agree 100% with that statement. The problem is, G, my problem is you're a world-class football player. You can see that we're having an issue in a particular thing. Sometimes as a player, you have to like he told the manager to shut up on the sideline. I don't know if he did that. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know, when they had their little tussle. But maybe sometimes they'll say, look, Gaffer, bro, shut up. My guy's getting doubled up on. I need to drop in and help him out. And then we can carry on with what we plan to do.
But then you'll shout at him when there's no one, when we're trying to break.
No, but here's the thing. If we play, I know obviously that's not the style. But what if we can play out and we'll get up the field, bro? Let the ball do the work. That is my motto. But I was just seeing the man getting cooked. I'm like, so every goal you score, Mo, it's going unjust. Like it's unjust now because we're conceding a goal when you're scoring a goal, so it evens out. But if we just defend, you're gonna get your goal, big man. We know you score goals. We know you're gonna get an assist. But if we can't keep the clean sheet, all the goals you're scoring is gonna equate to nothing at the end. That's all I was. I just wanted the performance to be better, G. I wasn't asking for more goals. I wasn't asking for more assists. I just wanted the performance to be better. That's all it was. I think as a Liverpool fan, can I not ask for better performances, or we just let slide because goals go in? We're like, you know what, forget about it.
It's not about letting slide, but I think your anger was misplaced, is what I would say. Like he's not the one I'm concerned about when I think about Liverpool's problems at points in our previous seasons. For me, he's the one I'm looking more at everyone else because I'm like, remember, they're not even doing their job properly at times. So if they're not even doing their job, to then ask him to do a next job on top of the job that he's already, whatever that is, being asked to do, that's what I'm like, I don't know, man. Like he's doing his job, which is I just need to score, I need to assist. At times, yes, performance ain't there. I hear it and I do agree with it. But then I'm just more like, I mean, if he's there to just be in the team to just do one job, and no one complains at Haaland for doing that one job. And these times, I'm not even going to sit here and act like Haaland's performances have been sick. They haven't. Like he's been bare games where I'm like, as people say, barely touching the ball, but that's because Pep doesn't need him to do so. And he's saying, listen, if my man's being doubled up on, that's your problem. So you need to sort that out with everybody else. Guess what? I'll keep this guy over here to, you know what I'm saying, to pattern up and rare. But listen, that's the old, we're in with the new now.
Hey, maybe I was just predicting the future, G, bro, because now all of a sudden we're having performances and we're getting the same results, bro, which is good.
But you know what's crazy though? You know what's so mad? I was saying this to someone the other day. I was saying like, you know, the performances that we're seeing, I'll keep it a buck. Like they've been decent. I'm not gonna understate it, but they haven't been that great. Like in terms of like. I feel like
they're just relaxing. They're just chilled.
Yeah.
It's just chilled, bro. We're literally in gear 2 right now playing.
Yeah, that's the best way I could say it. It's like gear 2. It's like gear 2 still.
All your questions, guys, I've seen it as well. I've starred them, so I will get to them. Don't you worry. But this one from Honesty, man, off-topic questions, Saliba better than Akanji?
Good question, man.
You have to think about it, then he's not. I think it should just be, no, Saliba is that guy. Or
yeah, but then I feel like then you're dismissing Akanji. I'll go Saliba, but I don't think there's a massive gap between Saliba and Akanji.
I don't think there is even a gap, bro. I think Akanji's a cold centre back still.
Yeah. You know, it's always difficult when you're trying to, because they're two different kind of defenders. Like Akanji don't do what Saliba does, and Saliba don't really do what Akanji does. But they're good at what they do, if that makes sense.
Hey, centre backs and centre backs, G, bro. I compare every centre back to centre backs.
Nah, but you couldn't.
If you're deep line recovery, I don't. If you're the bro, I don't know if you're the engager. I don't care, bro.
No, but you could say like, okay, for example, PK versus Konate. That's two different centre backs, bro. One can dribble, the other one.
They're built different. Okay, I hear it, but they're built different.
And that's exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like that's why sometimes, like, that's why the Saliba versus Van Dijk makes sense, because they're very similar in what they do. Whereas I can't compare really, you know, like people just want to compare. I get it because it's the same position, but they're doing two different jobs, man. Like Saliba ain't stepping into midfield. No, wait, no, 100% he is not stepping into no midfield and looking comfortable, and he can't play fullback. Whereas Akanji can play fullback, he can play centre back, he can play centre midfield. I've seen him run on to box midfield to score goals. I've seen him on the edge of the box curling one in. Like he could do a lot. He could do a lot, but I will edge it just to Saliba because I do think as an overall defender, he is just that little bit better as an overall defender. Whereas Akanji is more of a jack of all trades kind of guy.
Big up MG in the building as well. Hope you are well. Who else I see? I see Bonkers as well. I did see you, man. My bad. Gakpo has minutes. Where's the other question? I did see the other question. I think it was from Gary. Question: does Gakpo see some game time? Yep, in the next coming weeks, bro. I think we play 3 games a week. So these are the games. These are the time now he has to show up as well. He has to, you know what I mean, prove his worth. Because he will definitely get minutes. 100% he'll get minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna need to get minutes at some point in time, but otherwise it's gonna start looking a bit spooky for him. But yeah, and I think he's calm. I think for now, it's only been 3 games, isn't it? Still, like, not really much to. How many games do we expect him to play at this point? Do you get what I mean? He's come off.
Sometimes you want to see a bit of minutes in it, but some of the man them weren't getting no minutes, bro. Diaz turned up first game against Sevilla and just said, "Nah, that's mine," and then the rest is history, bro.
So, literally.
I was looking at the Mac Allister thing. He's obviously traveled, so he's going to be playing against Colombia. I don't know if it's tonight. It might actually. So yeah, I think he's kind of fine with the injury because he was one of the other ones as well where I was kind of not so much worried about because I did see some of the game that he played the other night with the one where he scored him, but yeah, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine because I don't think there's anyone else because he's trained and he's obviously traveled with them. So
I didn't know what the situation. I think I was speaking of.
They did show a clip of who was it? Was it it wasn't a clip. I saw a picture of when Casemiro I didn't realize the tackle that he put on Mac Allister was so high, bro. It was in his sight in the Man United game, and that's where he was obviously like that. Bro, Casemiro is a dangerous guy, man. But yeah, that's where the injury stemmed from. So he was feeling pain around that region. But yeah, apparently he's all good, which is good. I didn't see Konate play yesterday. France obviously won, but that's good. I didn't want to see Konate play anyway, bro. Does Holland have another game, bro? Because I need my Dutch boys to be back, man. I want these men to be playing.
Yeah, everyone got 2 at least. Yeah, 2 games during the international break. So
I know Scotland's already played both their games.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'll be so real. I'll be so on this ends. See this international break stuff. Yeah. I said it before. Big up Michael Talks because I know he's a big champion, obviously, of international football. I'm sorry, bro. It is boring as hell, and I couldn't even give two shits about this international break. Like,
You have to watch the lesser teams, you know. I realize that, bro.
Yeah, maybe so, maybe so.
Than the bigger teams.
Because didn't France play Belgium yesterday?
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it.
I just it still.
Was it a good game?
Good goals.
Okay.
Doku was trying to do Doku things as usual, but not getting any end product with it. KDB was getting pissed off that, you know, players were making certain runs and all that, but it wasn't good. Saba had a decent game, even though Germany spanked them 5-0.
Right.
Yeah. And as Angel said, Holland plays Germany tonight, so I just need all my Dutch boys to come back without any injuries, bro. So please, no injuries, bro. The other one I wanted to kind of speak on as well, because obviously they're our rivals now. Martin Odegaard, man, yesterday come off with it, and it looks bad, man.
I heard it's Arsenal fans, shame. Yes.
Please don't jinx us, because we still have players out there that hasn't come home yet. So let them come home before we start saying wild stuff, bro. We got 3 players, and we know 2 of them has been really good for us this season playing Germany. Virgil and Gravenberch. We know that they've been part of what we're doing.
You know
who else is playing?
Sorry.
Who else is playing? So we got Mac Allister and Diaz playing against each other tonight. If the game is tonight, which it should be, because I know the boys should be flying back. So we have got big boys still, you know what I mean? So let's not.
I swear, I feel like Mac Allister and Diaz always playing each other. Like
that's what someone said yesterday, bro. He said, these man are. I said, I reckon they just phone each other up and like, bro, we ain't got no really competitive game. Do you man want a game? And they just play each other.
Yeah, like come like Sunday league vibes. But you know when you call up the manager, be like just trying to fish around for a game this weekend. And
if some of these games are like they're not like qualifiers for World Cup or Copa or whatever, why don't they play? I've never seen the other man then play like European teams, or the European teams choose to play these man. You know, like they said, oh, we got a friendly against, I don't know, bro, Scotland. Why don't you just ask Argentina for a game, or Colombia for a game, or Uruguay?
Because for example, like England have got this game they got tonight is a Nations League game. So they wouldn't have space. But I don't know. I don't know if I haven't checked everyone's.
No, but that's what I mean. That there is some friendlies. You know, there's sometimes when England go, this is a friendly. But I'm like, why don't we? I know England does, to be fair, because we played Brazil. That's fine.
Played Ghana before.
Like, across the world, I don't see most of the European teams trying to play the South American teams.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Don't really call them out, bro. They should, man. I feel like they should just run some of these games. If it's not like a qualifier, obviously, if it's a qualifier, then you play.
Can't really run it. Maybe. And just before I go on to that, it would also be better for the South American teams. Sorry, the players, because obviously remember them are traveling from like God knows where kind of thing. If they're all playing, let's say they were playing in Europe, that would just make it easier now for everybody. So imagine England played Argentina as an example. You got Mac Allister and all these other Romero from Spurs, like all of these players now. Man ain't traveling, you know, 𝑾𝑰𝑳𝑳. They're in Endz anyway. They're in the UK, London specifically for Romero, but they're in the UK now. So now there's not this. You got to do a crazy travel overnight, come back stupid hours in the morning. Sometimes, like it's just it'll just be a bit easier, man. It'll just be a bit easier. But I agree with you. Odegaard, probably he's their best top 2, and I still think he's their best player in the team. So if he's out,
and it looks like, because obviously from the picture, bro, I'm like, bro, his ankle is facing the wrong way as well.
Oh, it is.
He hasn't dislocated it. Yeah, like so. I've not seen the tackle. Obviously, I haven't been to watch it. I don't know if anyone in the chat seen the tackle or seen. You know what I mean? Let us know. Was it that bad, or does the picture make it look worse than what it is? But I did see he's flying back to obviously London now, and I did see him obviously with the crutches. And he didn't have like a protective boot or anything. He just didn't have the trainers on. He was getting on a private jet to obviously fly back, so Arsenal can assess it. But yeah, bro, they've got.
From what I heard about MRI scan, I heard they were trying to do something like that today. I mean, if he's not wearing a protective boot at this point, like that would probably be I would assume, wouldn't it? Because otherwise, but then I wouldn't.
That's just a normal thing. They just throw a boot. You know, man, just come up and ankle you, throw a boot on it.
No, I mean, bro, his leg, his foot is not facing the right way, bro. I can't see how that's a good thing. Let's put it that way. I can't see how this picture, and obviously I didn't see it, so I'm gonna have to watch the video now to check it. But this doesn't look like, oh yeah, don't worry, he'll be back in 2 weeks. This don't look like that to me. But listen, like, I don't know what Arsenal's physio team is like and all of that, the rehab and stuff. So that just looks mad.
Studs got caught. It was bad. It might have been too swollen for the boot. Yeah, that's a shot.
Fair.
Big up to Philippe in the building as well, man. Big up, bro.
Have you a question? Have you ever had this happen to you?
Yeah,
or something similar. Right.
Oh no, exactly. Where my boot got caught in the ground, and then the striker just followed through, and then my ankle went back. And I could feel it.
Oh yeah.
It didn't break or anything, but ligament damage, and it was mad. But back then I had vibranium, bro. So in the veins in it, so I healed really quickly. But now, bro, if I get one of those, bro, that's like
bro, if you get one of those, you're gonna have to start calling work and telling them, look, you ain't gonna see me for at least 6 months,
year, at least minimum. 6 months to start walking, and then a year.
Yeah, literally. You see them, you see all of that, the school runs you're doing, missus, you're gonna have to
the vibranium back then. You know how quick, remember hamstrings weren't even a hamstring. When I used to see these forwards and like, they're out. Do you know when I realized it? I was like, nah, these men are soft, bro. Remember when like Torres first started picking up that hamstring injury? I'm like, bro, how for this long? I had a hamstring injury, grade whatever, compare your grading, grade 4, whatever. I'm like, I'm back in a few weeks, bro. This man was out for like a month. And I'm just looking around the world like, how soft are these, man, bro?
But what I will say to that, because I agree with you 100%. When I think about it, I never got injured. But then I think about certain things, and I'm like, you know what, though? I feel like the stress and strain that these men are probably under at that level anyway, they're over a period of, remember, we just, like, obviously now we're not kicking ball, innit? So it's not like affecting us in that kind of way, even if I did have bare hamstring injuries. But these men are kicking ball so much all the time, potentially 3 games in a week, trying to get back fit, internationals, flight, all of this kind of stuff. I feel like over a period of time, they're messing themselves up. As we saw with like Michael Owen, for example, always getting him them stupid injuries, and then look how his career kind of ended, right? I feel like that's for them. Whereas us, because it kind of maybe stopped and we were still kind of growing and developing at that such a young age, I don't think it would impact us too bad, unless you get like a mad injury, of course. But I feel like those injuries might be all right. But I will say vibranium does run strong in a certain group's kind of body makeup anyway. So
bro, I had the vibranium. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. You know what I mean? Big up, Pops. I see your message. Tron Legacy, big up to you, man. So just got suggested this channel having lunch. Shout out the person that suggested it, bro. Big up to them.
It might be YouTube. YouTube might have just.
Oh, is it YouTube? Okay, yeah, it would have been YouTube.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying it, but I've seen recently. I've started seeing that more, where I'm getting suggested random people's things.
Yeah. No, fairs, man. I have no idea Odegaard was injured. Who watches international, bro? We don't want to, but for our players' sake, I like to watch it, or at least see what the full time, see if there's any injuries, if we scored, whatever, if our players do well. But I'm just looking out for, please God, did they get through the whole game? Bro, even if I see a substitution 53rd minute, I start panicking. If I'm not watching it, I'm like, bro, he must be injured. But he could have just been like, oh no, he's having a good game, take him off. Nah, I start panicking, bro. However, I'm a doctor trying to find the video so I can give my 5 cents. Nah, fair enough. Pops did send me the video. Is it this one? Let me click on it. Bear with.
Oh, we're out, boy. At least the only thing I can say to this year, I should
copy that. Let me copy that, and I'll send it to the chat so you guys can quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I was gonna say I'm looking at it again. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the link, guys. If you want to quickly watch it and then jump back in.
Like, obviously when he comes, you see when he's like on the floor after the challenge, at least his foot is still in the same kind of position. It looks like it's almost just bounced its way. Obviously we know it's like, okay, but basically, Harvey Elliott, that's the one I was trying to think. What was the guy's name? Remember Harvey Elliott's one when he's come out of that challenge or come out of that kerfuffle, whatever. when he's sitting on the floor, his foot is still facing the other way, bro. So that's when we knew that's a clean, like complete break. That time against Leeds? Yeah, against Leeds United, because that's when I see Salah running. I was baffled. I was thinking, oh, it's probably just a challenge. And then you see the camera kind of panned a little bit. I was like, bro, his foot is not facing the same way, bro. Whereas this one, his foot still is facing the way it should be. It just looks like he's just rolled it very quickly. But hey, I'm not a doctor. Big up whoever that was, Tron. If you can tell us what the diagnosis is, please. Let
me give my 5 cents. Let us know. He said YouTube. Okay, fair enough, man. Nah, fair enough.
Yeah, Pops, yeah, I hear it. yeah. This is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. This is why I say you just got to be easy. Like, listen, I've seen bodybuilders here. Some of these elder bodybuilders, like now, have you seen the way that they can't even walk? They can't even stand straight, bro. They can't even stand straight. Like, man is walking with his hunchback. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. So it's got to be easy, man. It's got to be easy.
Got to be easy, as G said, bro. What else?
Stretch, guys. Stretch in the morning, guys. Trust.
Yeah, now I see Kelleher as well. And then Declan Rice, because they got Spurs on the weekend, right?
Yeah, and Declan Rice is unavailable.
Suspended, Martin Odegaard injured. I don't know the extent of Calafiori's injury yet, so we'll probably have to wait and see. And then obviously they lost. Remind me of my guy that they signed from Spain again. Marino. So they've got Marino. Man lands on him in training and mashes up his whole shoulder, you know. When saying mum, that's crazy.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah, he's out for a minute. So I think
you know how annoying it must be?
Or fractured or something. So he's in Monday, you know what I mean?
You know how frustrating it must be to sign a player and then he gets injured in the first training session?
Gee, that's the fears of any. Do you know when they're like, no, go out there and buy my man? I'm like, I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong. I want these players. But I'm like, if we go and spend that time, because it's Liverpool, bro. It's our luck. We go out there and go, this year we're only buying £100 million players. Bro, first training session, rolls ankle. Second training, next man, all of a sudden dislocated this. You're like, okay, so we're not going to be able to use these £300 million players then. Imagine if we signed Mo Salah, the gasness we'd all have, bro. First training session.
Man, rolled his ankle. Nah, myth. I promise you, I'm wilding out at someone. I'm wilding out. I'm not even wilding out at him. I'm wilding out whoever tackled him. I'm saying, bro,
for no reason.
Yeah, just for no reason.
You're like, if you start asking, whose position is he taking, by the way? Is it Sobos? Is it, you start now having problem with the other man then for no reason?
Yeah, bro. I'll start putting hate towards everybody. Pops, I'm not laughing at the injured players. I'm saying, like, it just looked a bit mad, like the way it is. Obviously, Tron's letting us know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what, Tron? I hear that because a few years ago, when I was a lot bigger and I used to go to power leagues all the time, I never had those kind of injuries, but I was very close to getting those. And I used to always think to myself, ooh, you got to be careful, bro, because you're not as, in my mind, I'm thinking about the way I used to play. So certain movements I used to do, I'm trying to do that now. And I'm thinking, nah, that's not gonna, it's not gonna run.
About when I was at power league, and then I cooked, man. I did the flip flap drop shoulder.
Oh yeah,
bro. Now my knee's fine now. It's back to where I had a knee brace.
But you see,
at least 2 weeks, at least.
You see what I'm saying? A knee brace.
One game, bro. Went back one game, cooking, little popping it about. Got the ball for shoulders, little flip flap, left him down the line, little cutback goal. I'm like, still got it, man. Still got it. Cold, bro. After that, I said my knee felt weird. Yeah, I had to have the knee brace for a few weeks, bro. But now I'm back. I'm cool now. That's when I realized, I ain't done them movements. She's talking about certain movements you were doing. I haven't done those movements in time. Trying to use that, and the muscle ain't used to that.
Yeah, no, the muscle. That's why I keep saying it. Like, to be fair, I went there last week actually. Just go in the park and I need to get back to my body being used to doing certain movements, because I feel like it will hinder the way. If I was to go and say like, oh, yo, we got a match tomorrow, come, like, do you want to come down? I wouldn't be able to do certain things. I'll be like, well, I'm used to doing this, but my body ain't letting me do this. Obviously, you have to adjust. That's why man like Iniesta and Modric and them man were able to understand their body and adapt to the game that we see today. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's why they're so good.
I'll tell you another story. Yeah. So obviously, when when you stop playing for a while and you think, oh no, I ain't played for years, bro. Joined other team, one of the local teams. I was like, oh, I might as well have a kick about with the man in a minute. Playing, bro. Came up again because obviously I was fast back, bro. But obviously I ain't played for a minute. I ain't got that speed anymore. Playing against his mixed race youth, bro. This youth was, I said, is this how it felt when I was playing against other defenders? I said, nah. Bro, you know how many fouls? I think I should have been sent off. Late in the challenge, little grabbing, bro. Certain things you do when you're like, nah, this brother is way too fast. And you weren't even using all of his speed. That's when I was like, nah.
You're taking the piss now. Yeah. You're
taking the piss, bro. I had to put
this is what happens, man. Like, bro, like, obviously we got kids and stuff like when the life starts. That's why I kind of applaud some of the guys when they like elder guys, like work guys and all the work people, when they're playing football. I can see you're trying your hardest. So I don't even get onto you. Like, I don't even get onto you. I'm just like, bro, it is what it is, bro. Like, this ain't, it's different if this was years ago, fair enough. But where I know these people, probably some players you can see, some of the work guys I've checked before, and I'm like, I can tell this brother had a good touch on him back in the day, because the way he moves the ball now, you can just see he has it, but he hasn't got the pace, for example, the fitness as an example. But some of the other guys, I'm just like, boy, listen, man, we're just playing for the fun of it now. Yeah, I mean, man ain't winning, man not making no money from this. We all know we ain't going nowhere with this. It's just, I want to play football, vent some frustration, and then we're good to go, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, fairs, man, fairs. Barca move, yeah, Pots. So you're
yeah, bro. I told you.
Bit nice and simple. So looking at the fixture, hello back. Sorry, he'll be back for our game on the 27th of October, but he'll miss the Man City for certain.
That's a lot of games, you know.
Nah, don't hold that still.
That's a lot of games.
I'll say that once all of my players are back and I say it in the preview. Then I'll start.
Yeah.
But I don't want to still play.
I'd even wait until the game even kicks off.
Oh, you say wait for the game? Yeah, so we know everyone's back.
Because otherwise, bro, remember, you can come back and then you find out someone's like. What always seems to happen is we come back and then you find out someone just got injured or just something done.
But it's good that Slot is one of those things he looked at as well, innit? He want to make sure our team don't get those type of injuries and getting in the right coaching staff to kind of look it. I think that's amazing, bro. You know, fingers crossed. It's only early days in the season as well. And you remember that season when it felt like every week someone was in our team injured. It's like this man was injured, and we're like, okay, it's only one. Next game, this guy is injured. The next game, 2 guys injured. Training here, this man's injured. International break, 2 man was. You're like, hold on a minute, what is going on with our team? So fingers crossed, man, that ain't the case this season, and we can proper go.
I do think there's a little bit of neglect sometimes because I wasn't even thinking about Klopp, actually. I was thinking about Eddie Howe at Newcastle last season, where they had a stupid injury record. And I said, at some point, you're going to have to take a bit of blame for this, because it's too much. Do you get what I'm trying to, like, I don't, like, you can get away.
Your luck not just be that bad where you're like, bro, we're training and we're playing, and everyone has their own training regime, and then all of a sudden, bro,
but ends this much though. Like, listen, your luck can be that bad. Your luck can be.
They nearly had 20, including like academy board.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. And remember what that Miley brother, the midfielder, that he had to end up playing in the Champions League against PSG because you don't even have enough players to fulfill that kind of fixture, bro. Like, I'm not okay. I'm not crediting all of the blame to you, but I do think at some point you've got to just look at it and think, you know what, lads? Today's rest day. How about that? How about today's rest day, and we're not going to be pushing too hard, or today we're going to just take it a bit lighter than usual because, you know, we're doing 3 games, and you know what? Now you got to just start trusting the youth. Now you just got to say, you know what? We're just going to just bring bare academy players through. This is the year that you guys get lucky because we've got injuries. So let's just see what we've got and then just work it from there. Because that's what Liverpool did. Remember, these players played, all Trey and Yoni and Dan's. These guys are only playing because we've got players are injured. Players are out. We needed some players to just come in some games against Southampton here and whoever there kind of thing. So sometimes you just get lucky as an academy player, should I say, sorry, where you can just fill in, you know what I mean, fill in the slot. But listen, man, maybe Slot will be able to help out with that, to be honest, hopefully.
I'll get to this comment after, but big up to Liverpool True Channel or Truth channel. I think Arsenal will beat Spurs. Spurs are terrible. I don't think they're that terrible, man. I think they got a good team, and they just, I don't know, they play too expansive. They don't play to win. What they do play to win, they just don't play to try and get a result. Like, if you're 2-0 up, bro, we don't need you, man, trying to do extras, bro. Let's just drop off, give them the ball a bit, and then we can kind of. These men are like, nah, we're on goal every minute of the game. Could not be an out of form Newcastle. Spurs defense is hopeless. Let's see what happens, man. I need Spurs to beat Arsenal, though. I need that much to happen. I need Arsenal to be hurt, man. 47% really think we can win the league. Endz has been giving out that heavy Kool-Aid over here. Also, and Martin Odegaard injury away from fighting for top 4. Man, what Kool-Aid am I giving out here, bro? I just asked a question, man. Said what's in the Kool-Aid, G? What do you think is in the Kool-Aid over here, man, in the chill zone?
It's nothing. Honestly, man. Maybe a bit of mellow, I mean, some greens, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe something mellow for them, because the reality is, if you're saying, is he saying what for the poll that you put out?
We drink the healthy green juice, man. We don't, you know what I mean? We ain't out over here spiking our fan base. Well, go ahead.
But this is what I'm No, it's literally that. We ain't. I think it's just because we've seen, like, everything is coincidental, right? Or yeah, I'll say everything's coincidental. Liverpool first 3 games look good, no goals conceded, right? And at the moment, everything's cool. Touch wood. Arsenal, bit hit and miss in this first 3 games. I think you've won 2 and then drawn obviously 1 game, fair enough. But it's been like a little bit. Then you get injuries. Now you're getting these injuries, and now everyone's looking at you, because from what Arsenal fans have said, and what I think anyway, in terms of overall squad, it's just who's going to replace these players. Because I didn't know that Marino was even out, to be fair. So in my eyes, he was going to step in. But you're saying he's out? Cool. So Marino's out. Odegaard out. Calafiori out. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you got shite players to come in, but that quality is going to be difficult to replace. So now it's just about how long are they out for? Oh, yeah, Gabriel Jesus out. So all of these players obviously being out, can you have them out for a period of time where you can still use your other players? And by the way, the new players coming in needs to also be replaced on the bench. So then you need to also then try and find some bench players to come into it. It's just coincidental, guys. But this month, I think it's going to tell us quite a lot.
The quality that they have, that they've lost, obviously, is a massive, massive loss. And
yeah, of course.
And they still win games of football. Of course they can. Like, we don't live in a realm that just think because these guys are injured, Arsenal can't win games. They play good football. They can put in. It's just when the game is hard, the quality that you would normally draw off the bench is no longer there because they're starting. So then you're like, okay, where does this goal come from that we might need to change the game? Or where does, if we need to, you know, do the low, who comes into the game now, because we need to sit a bit deeper to kind of consolidate and keep the, you know, the scoreline as is if we're winning the game. And that's the difference with injuries. And it's never that with Liverpool, it was always that, because the quality, remember that crazy season when the quality we had on the pitch got injured, then the bench quality got injured, and then you're like, okay, so now what do we now do? Because now you have midfielders in defense, and then remember, bro, the 2 midfielders that we threw in defense, then they got injured, so then we had to draw for Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. Bro, that's so crazy, bro.
This is it, man. So listen, man. I hope Arsenal lose all their remaining games anyway. But let's just wait and see. I don't see that happening, obviously, but let's just wait and see, man.
I think I read that one already. Liverpool squad is good enough to challenge. We have a coach which wants to improve players. We will have a good season. So do I. I think the exact same. So I think Andy asked the question as well. Enzo, are you predicting us to win the league? Yeah, I predicted us to be up there, definitely. And think same question to you as well, G. My reasoning behind it was I feel like we have a squad that can do it without any injuries. And obviously you got Man City and Arsenal, but let's see what happens. I know it's early, but the problem is you don't want to get these type of injuries now, and you don't want to fall behind this early in the season. If you're going to tell me Man City is the best and that's the benchmark, they're on 3 wins out of 3. So if we want to win the title, we have to stick up with these guys and stay close to them. So when they do have a blip, like I remember Bernardo Silva complaining because they've got a few games back to back, but it's a tight window. where they don't really have a break, where it's like a rest. It might be like a day's rest and then there's another game, or 2 days rest and then there's another game. So we have to wait in those moments when we're ready to like capitalize and win those games to either go above them or stay on the same points. Arsenal's problem now, they're 2 points behind already. I think it's 2 points because they've drawn a game. They're now losing their quality players that makes the difference. If Man City now goes on a run and win their games, we win our games, and we end up like 8, 9, 10 points ahead of Arsenal, that's a lot for Arsenal to claw back. And I'm not saying they can't do it, but then you're hoping for 2 teams to proper drop off. And the way that we're playing currently, and I'm not saying things can't change, injuries can't happen, but the way we're playing currently, the way the manager, as obviously Liverpool Truth Channel said, the way that he wants to improve these players, and then you've got players like 𝑾𝑰𝑳𝑳𝑳 to come in into this fold where we need these type of players so the quality doesn't drop off. I'm not saying he's on the same level as a Mo, but if Mo comes off for a break and then you have to bring on 𝑾𝑰𝑳𝑳𝑳, that's better than the Ben Doak. Do you know what I mean? It's better than Harvey Elliott going out there. That's more of an issue for the opposition that we're playing against. And then you have 2 more trying out on the left-hand side, and obviously we're still waiting to see what Nunes can produce. Midfield looks good, defense looks solid. Yeah, I can't see why can't we challenge? Why can't we be up there? Are we saying the other teams, apart from Man City and Arsenal, because I know those are the 2 teams in the league where we're saying, you know, the last 2 years they've been going toe-to-toe. Apart from those 2, are we saying the other teams in the league are better than us then as well? Because if they're better than us, then we don't have any hope then. I don't think the other teams are better than us. I think Arsenal, football-wise, last season, yes. This season, I don't see the difference, and I like the way we're playing, and I like the way we defend. Man City, we already know Pep is just this guy, and he does what he does. So I think if we're not the 3rd best team, and if Arsenal are losing their quality players, and that bunches up to the 2nd best team, we can stick close to Man City. See what happens.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I just think it's going to be an interesting season. I haven't really drawn any real conclusions outside of what I already thought. But before the season kind of kicked off, I don't think any of the 3 teams, so Liverpool, City, and Arsenal, I don't think they've shown anything yet for me to suggest anything different than what I thought, which is City or Arsenal to win the league, Liverpool to come in 3rd place. I just think that over the course of a season, it will play itself out. It will even itself out with certain things. But like I said, we might be getting the luck where, as an example, Arsenal getting certain injuries now. How far do they, and I'm not saying Endz said it, they can still win games, but I don't know. If they don't win as many games, do Liverpool, City start pulling away from early? And then, I don't know how the season's going to go in it, so I can't predict anything in that regards. But right now, things are just looking good. So that's what I can say is that let's get through now. We're in September. Let's finish off September. Once September's done, then we can really start saying, like this team looks good or that team looks great, and etc.
Because obviously you're looking on season by season, and I know it's early, but I'd rather win the 3 games than be in Arsenal position where they've lost key players and they're 2 points behind Man City.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather be where we are, and is better than where Arsenal is. And I'm not saying Arsenal can't win a game and we lose a game, and then obviously they're back in front or whatever, or back level. But bro, I trust this manager and I trust this team to do well this season, man.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that it will look good anyway at the bare minimum. Obviously, cup competitions, I can't speak on that because it's just luck of the draw, bro. I've seen teams lose to Shrewsbury Town and all them kind of things. Anything could happen, right? But league form, that will be key for Liverpool. But let's see, because Pops mentioned it before about 3 games in a week, rotation. Let's see what that looks like first. And we can really, I think after this month, we'll get obviously with more time, but we're going to get such a better idea of Slot. How does Slot like to do things? Is he going to rotate? Does he keep the same team until he decides maybe in game instead? Maybe his rotation is in game where he takes off Trent 70 minutes, gives Bradley the 20 minutes so that Trent can still then play the next game with no problems, as opposed to before maybe he plays full 90 minutes, and then you're trying to then play him again another full 90 minutes, and then you have to bring him off after a certain amount of time. let's kind of see how Slot kind of navigates throughout this period, because we have got that Real Madrid and Manchester City. I was trying to think of it in Football Manager terms. I don't even know how I even navigate a fixture like that. I just play them. I just play the best team. Yeah, you just play them. You just play them. See what
available, and they're not in the red zone, as they like to call it. That you play.
Yeah, literally.
We need to find a solution, but we'll wrap it up here on this one. You guys talking about, are you guys taking Zubimendi if we move for him in January again for the chat and host? Yes or no? I didn't want him in the first place, Tron. I know you only joined today based on suggestion, so appreciate the love anyway. Maybe you unsubscribe after this, but I didn't want him, bro. I didn't. Yeah, nah, G, don't laugh, man. I said I've stopped, bro. I've not flip-flopped about it. I'm just like,
no,
I didn't see the reason why. And then obviously the man then said it's not your choice, it's the gaffer's choice. So the gaffer knows more. Fine, no problem. But after he turned us down, I'm like, yeah, bun this guy now. And I'm not saying I don't think he's a good footballer. He's a quality footballer. But I just didn't want him. I didn't think he was the defensive midfielder that they quote unquote said we wanted. He's the guy for that role. Maybe we go back in for January and then he turns out to be, but I just didn't. I don't know, blood. I like what Gravel. Remember, I said it wasn't a joke. I was being deadly serious. I said, are we looking for someone to do the whole receive it on the back foot and play into midfield? If that's what you're doing, there's man them in the squad that can already do that. So if Zubimendi's coming in to offer something different and something better, I'm here for it, man. But he turned us down, so why are we going back in for him, bro? If your ex says she didn't want you anymore, you're not going back there. I know there's some man that probably will, but I am definitely not doing that. So this is no what, man. Cool. Thank you very much. See you later. There's no like, oh, let's think about it. Let's go back in, see if you change your mind. Bro, if you don't want to be here, that means in a couple of years' time, is your head going to change again? Are you going to be like, oh, you know what, homesick, I want to go back to Spain? And then what? That's an issue for me, bro.
That'll be the problem with Zubimendi, is trying to go back in for someone who rejected you slightly is a bit like, because it's not like we didn't get him for another reason.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like Van Dijk as a primary. That'll be the best example, right? Like a Van Dijk, where it's not like he rejected you. It's just you weren't able because of the whole tapping up situation and blah blah blah. So you had to come back later. No worries. But the player still wanted to come. This is a situation where he didn't want to come first. So I want him and I'll take him, but I agree with Endz in terms of why would you go back in for someone who didn't want you? You're better off just going to get someone else. And the only reason why I probably get someone like him is because I think Gravenberch is the only player, from what we've seen anyway, I don't know, he's the only player who can do what Slot wants him to do. So where you're the only player, you're gonna need someone else.
Someone else.
You can't really just have, because we've seen Endo clearly not the one. I can't think of anyone else to really, maybe Tyler Morton, but like who knows, innit? Like who knows? We have exactly. So at the moment, I would still say, and to be honest, even if Tyler Morton can do what you want, I know he ain't gonna be able to do it to the level of a Zubimendi anyway, just because one is at a different stage of his career. No problem. So I will just get him for that. In terms of you can be someone. Listen, man, you can come in for Gravenberch, you can replace Gravenberch. It doesn't really matter. Just as long as you have the two there, I feel like that's calm. But let's wait and see, because January is a long time away, bro. A long time.
It is a long time away, so we have to wait and see. Maybe one of the midfielders get better. Big up to Alexander as well.
Yeah, true.
Maybe one of the other guys get some minutes and we're like, "Raw, I didn't know you could do this under this, under this new way of playing and under the new manager." So you have to kind of wait and see, man. But listen, guys, big up to everyone inside, man. If you haven't already liked the video, make sure you do. Subscribe to the other channels as well. I've pinned my other channel in there because sometimes we get bored talking about football all day, man. There's more interesting stuff around the world to speak about than just football. But listen, I've already scheduled, I think, the watch along preview and the call-in. So they're all scheduled and everything is already up already. So guys, make sure you go and hit a like on all of those already. After the game, you guys already know the call-in is back. Took a bit of time off of it because I realized better people wanted to do it. So I was like, all right, let them do it. But there's no calling better than our calling, bro. When we do it after the game, it is vibes. So after every Liverpool game, we're back doing the calling straight after. I'm going to be doing the watch along. Didn't really want to do it, but I know Savage will get onto me if I don't do it. So I'm going to do it just because. And then on Friday, I think it's lunchtime, we've got the preview. So I'll wait for Arne Slot's press conference. And then we'll chop it up just to see what the squad is like when they're back, see if there's any injuries and stuff like that. G, have you got anything popping up on your end?
I will be dropping my England just match preview. It's not long, guys. Literally 10 minutes. In fact, you know what? I'll publish it right this second. Boom. There you go. So there, England game, the preview. Just dropped it now. So yeah, after this, you guys can check that out. But yeah, other than that, just trying to think. I think I've got something to do with Liverpool's Champions League group. So I will do that closer to our first Champions League game anyway. Just kind of taking a look at it. And yeah, guys, just keep your notification bells on, man. You'll see it pop up all the time, man. So I'll be there.
Right. Was England playing? It's a qualifier. That means it might be a good game, to be fair.
Yeah, it's against Finland, so
yeah.
I don't know. I honestly don't think it's going to be good.
All right, man. Listen, as I said, working on the intro and I'm working on a new outro. So there's none. So you guys are going to have to just leave on your own accord. You're going to be redirected to I want to say the preview because that's the next video I've got coming up. So yeah, just go and drop a like on it. I threw the Discord link in the chat. So if you guys want to join our Discord, it's there. If you want to become a member and support the channel, that's up and ready as well. Yeah, man. Go and enjoy the rest of your damn day, bro. In the words of G/ the man that we smoked up 3-0, peace out.
English Premier League. Manchester United. Viewers, apologize. I'm continue.
Stick to the plan.
What's the plan?
The plan is huge.
Tell us what the plan is, then.
The plan will be the same. We stick to the plan. You have to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. We have to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, stick to the game, stick to the plan, stick to the belief, stick to the plan, stick to the rules, stick together, we stick to the plan, stick to the plan, stick together, and stick to the plan.
What's the plan?
Stick to the plan.
So what's the other plan?
Bounce back.
Yes. Okay.
We have to bounce back. We bounce back. Yeah. And bounce back immediately. Bounce back. You can bounce back.
People bounce back.
You have to bounce back. We bounce back. And we stick to the plan.